Love stuns ARMY. What was Jimin's response? In the midst of his nearly completed military service, Jungkook, the youngest member and one of the most highlighted figures from BTS, finally made a statement that not only shook the Korean entertainment scene but also millions of ARMY hearts worldwide. It wasn't about music, nor about a comeback, but about love. Yes, love. Jungkook, who has been known to be very private about his personal life, suddenly conveyed something referred to as the most personal confession of his life. So, what was the reaction of his closest friend, Park Jimin? Why did his response only deepen the curiosity? "There is someone who has made my life feel different." Those were the words Jungkook uttered in an informal chat session with fellow soldiers, which was accidentally recorded and spread on South Korean online platforms some time ago. Soon after, the short clip went viral. The seemingly simple sentence but with deep meaning became the starting point for massive speculation. ARMY, the name for BTS fans, were immediately divided in euphoria and curiosity. Who was he referring to? A celebrity? An old friend? Or someone who has never been seen on the public radar before? Interestingly, a source from the military environment mentioned that since the beginning of this year, Jungkook has shown a striking change in attitude, smiling to himself more often, calmer, and seemingly spending time writing, whether song lyrics or something more personal. "He seems to be keeping a happy secret," said one of the soldiers who served with him. Meanwhile, Park Jimin, the friend known to be closest to Jungkook, seemed confused by this development. In a light conversation with several military staff, Jimin admitted, "I thought I knew everything about Jungkook. Turns out, I was wrong." The statement triggered an extraordinary wave of reactions. Is Jungkook really hiding something from his friend as well as Hyung? This becomes very interesting because, for many years, Jungkook and Jimin have been known not only as colleagues but also as soulmates in the dynamics of BTS. They shared a room during their trainee days, faced the pressure of debuting together, and supported each other in every step of their careers. The fact that Jimin now feels like he has been left behind in this secret opens a new chapter in their relationship in the public eye. Furthermore, some fans keenly noted that in several live broadcasts before his military service, Jungkook began wearing accessories that he had never shown before: a bracelet with certain initials, a simple ring with a faint engraving, even a jacket from a university that had never been associated with him. All these small elements were thoroughly analyzed in ARMY forums, resulting in various theories, from the reasonable to the completely speculative. However, the biggest speculation comes from the change in tone in Jungkook's own music. In his last solo release before enlisting, the lyrics he wrote contained a much more emotional and personal nuance. "I want to love you in silence, away from the crowds and the world's spotlight," is one of the verses that is now considered a reflection of his current personal situation. So, what do the other BTS members think? RM, Suga, Jin, J-Hope, and V have not given any official comments. However, a staff member from the agency revealed that they know when to ask and when to be silent. This sentence actually reinforces that there is most likely something being kept secret. Jimin himself, in a casual chat during a military training break, said something that touched many hearts: "If he really is in love, I can only wish him the best. But at least tell me first, you jerk." Although said with a laugh, this sentence implies a mixed feeling of surprise, annoyance, and affection. Meanwhile, the fan community continues to conduct digital investigations, analyzing every post, every emoji, even Jungkook's sleep patterns and online activity. Several names have emerged, from fellow idols like IU, Lisa Blackpink, to new solo singers who are on the rise. But until now, there is no confirmation, no real clue. Only small signs that further make this mystery a global puzzle. In any case, one thing is clear: this is not just an ordinary love affair. This is a real portrait of how a world superstar tries to live his personal life peacefully. Jungkook, who has been described as a perfect being, talented, handsome, humble, and loyal to fans, is just an ordinary human who also wants to love and be loved. ARMY are divided into two poles. Some fully support and see this as a mature phase in the idol's life. There are also those who feel disappointed because they feel left out of an important part of Jungkook's life. However, the majority still stand on the side of the golden magne, believing that whatever he is going through right now, it is part of his growth as a human, not just an idol. Now, as Jungkook's return from military service approaches, all eyes will be on him. Not only to welcome his musical comeback but also to find out, perhaps for the first time directly, who the woman who managed to steal his heart is. Or will he remain silent, keeping that secret with the long nights in the military barracks, away from the world spotlight? One thing is for sure, when Jungkook talks about love, the world listens. And when Jimin, who has been by his side all this time, is surprised, then this is no ordinary love. This is a story that may mark the most human chapter in the journey of a legend named Jungkook. Jungkook's love confession shakes ARMY. What did Jimin say? Continuation and reflection. Now, after the first wave of speculation hit the public space like an emotional tsunami, a bigger and deeper question arises than just who is that mysterious woman? Namely, is all this really true? Did Jungkook's love confession that supposedly shook ARMY really happen? Or is this just a social media narrative deliberately designed to create massive buzz for one thing, attention? Before rushing to conclusions, let's invite readers to stop for a moment and think. We live in an era where narratives can be constructed in minutes, then spread as if they were absolute truth. A 15-second TikTok video, a cut-off live broadcast clip, or even a word from an idol can be used as the main ingredient to compile a complex theory. But, do all these pieces really form a complete puzzle? Or are we putting together a picture from pieces that come from different boxes? For example, the ring Jungkook wears, could it just be a meaningless accessory? Then the bracelet with certain initials, what if it's just a gift from a fan or even his family? We have to ask, why is it so easy for us to associate every new symbol or habit with a hidden love story? Then there's Jimin's reaction. His statement that seemed to imply ignorance could just be a normal joke between two friends who tease each other. But the media narrative and some fans immediately took it to a new level. Is Jungkook hiding a relationship from Jimin? As if the relationship between BTS members is now colored by mystery and distrust. But let's ask together, is it natural for someone not to share all aspects of their personal life, even with their close friends? Phenomena like this are not new in the entertainment world. We have witnessed many times how rumors can be created, shaped, strengthened, then validated by buzz alone. Not based on concrete evidence, but by the number of people who believe and spread it. So the next question is, are we witnessing love, or just a collective illusion built by public expectations? We also cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that most of the sources of these rumors come from social media platforms such as TikTok, Twitter, to speculative YouTube channels that like to interpret facial expressions, visual codes, even tones of voice in live broadcasts. At first glance, it does seem credible, but most of them do not include official sources or clarification from the parties involved. Does this mean that we as viewers are being controlled by the desire to see Jungkook fall in love, just because it would feel more human, warmer, and more thrilling? Could it be that we are, unconsciously, shaping the narrative according to our own romantic dreams? So, the question now, do you think Jungkook's love confession is real? Or is this just a fabricated narrative that is slowly forming a new myth? Does Jimin really not know? Or is it just part of a media game? Are you ready to accept the reality if all this is just a digital illusion? We await the answer. Discuss together, reflect, and let's remain ARMY who are not only loyal but also smart in filtering the truth. Because in a world where every click can shape a new reality, critical thinking is our only true protection.